Our next speaker is a good friend of mine, DeannaMarieJones. Deanna is a seasoned professional with 30 years of experience in the technology sector, specializing in sales and operations roles. Her career includes a 25-year tenure at Cisco Systems. She serves as the president of the Harmony LGBTQ+ Chamber of Commerce and is an active member of the Raleigh Chamber of Commerce and the North Carolina Chamber of Commerce. Deanna is a member of both the Raleigh Metro and Triangle Society of Human Resource Management. She is also a member of the Association Executives of North Carolina and Meeting Professionals International. Deanna is a proud member of the National Speakers Association and NSA Carolinas. As a keynote speaker and trainer, she shares her insights and advocates for inclusive environments. Drawing on her personal and professional experience, Deanna helps organizations make their employees feel valued and engaged through meaningful conversations. She has spoken at many companies and conferences in the local area. She holds an MBA from Elon University and a master's in instructional technology from the University of Maryland University Global Campus. Deanna enjoys speaking at the Monty, a storytelling group in Durham, and coaching T-ball in her spare time. Ladies and gentlemen, DeannaMarieJones.
We have nearly 100 social interactions every day. How many of you remember any of those? Were any of them meaningful? Were they valuable to you? I'm going to share with you 2 interactions from my life that had an impact because of their stark contrast to each other. First interaction. I'm 23 years old. I've just finished 5 years of college. No, I didn't get a master's. I got a bachelor's in procrastination. I have my first job interview set up. I'm excited, but then I'm also kind of nervous because I hear they're asking applicants to tell them about themselves. That makes me feel nervous. I go into the interview. I'm shaking a little bit. I sit down, and then he tells me, the person interviewing me, what he's looking for. I'm looking for a go-getter. I'm looking for a take charge kind of guy. I'm looking for someone who's played on sports teams and knows the importance of being on a team and being a leader. I'm looking for a killer. I'm looking for someone who will take the bull by the horns. Yikes! I don't know how to respond to that. And then he says those 4 words. So tell me about yourself. Does anybody remember the first time they heard that? What do? Do I tell them a lot of that? Does it resonate with me that that's not my truth? Or maybe I adjust my answer just a little bit so he'll feel comfortable and I can start getting a wad of cash at the end of every month. I think about it, and then I make a snap decision. Unfortunately, it's the wrong decision. I lie. Oh, yeah, I played high school football. I was a coach, quarterback. I'm a go-getter guy, and I will kill. I will take those bull's horns, and what am I supposed to do with those bull's horns again? Yes. That's the killer right there. That's me. I get lost in a sea of lies. And before I know it, I'm describing someone else's history, not even my own. He picks up on this and he tells me his first lie, "We'll call you." Of course, he doesn't call me. I just made my first meaningless business transaction and I didn't even get the job. Second interaction. Many years later, I decide I want to attend a particular Chamber of Commerce meeting. I don't know anybody there, so again, I'm a little nervous. I walk in, everybody's talking to each other, and I think, maybe I should just leave. But then someone comes up to me and they introduce themselves and they say, tell me about yourself. Tell me your story. Basically the same question. But this time, I don't lie. I tell the truth about myself, who I am, where I came from, and I felt like I made a connection with this person, a connection that had meaning and value. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was talking to the president of the chamber. Today, I'm president of the chamber. Just to clear up any confusion, thank you. That's me on the left of the past president. I felt like I was so valued. What is the difference between these two interactions? When I look at it, I see the word expectations come up. In my first story interview, the interviewer had a specific list of personality traits that I needed to have if I wanted a job, if I wanted to transact for a job. In the second interaction, I felt free and open to be myself because I didn't lie. I felt like I could be authentic, and it was meaningful to me. And I try to do the same thing with my members that this president did. What is important about this? We are living in an epidemic of superficial interactions that have no substance or value. It turns out we're really good at exchanging information, but we're not good at exchanging meaning. And when we don't feel valued, we don't feel like anyone is listening to us, we hide or cover a part of ourselves just so we don't get hurt. 60% of people will hide or cover a part of themselves in their member organization, in any organization. Some of them hide disabilities, some of them hide ethnicities, mental illness, age. By the way, I am not a baby boomer, she lied to the audience. 74% of those people who cover or hide say that it negatively affects their engagement. This is something that we need to be aware of. It's one of the overlooked keys, is having genuine and meaningful conversations. And engagement will increase 12 times if a conversation is open and honest. If you're just having meaningless conversations with your members of any association, then they're not going to feel engaged, and you will lose them. Associations and organizations can change this. They can prevent the loss of members and gain new members. I created a value proposition that takes us through the journey of a member of an organization through the value pyramid. I will just outline these briefly. Essential contribution. Am I going to be able to make an essential contribution to this association? Will I have unity with the people on the team? Will I be listened to, and will I feel valued? Not only will I feel value, but will I be able to add value? We need to learn to add value, and most of us want to do that. And finally, do we value our shared purpose? We are probably going to hit the 100-degree interaction today. Some of us will do that before lunch. I want you to think about the questions you ask people. Try and think of meaningful questions. I want you to turn to the person next to you during a break and ask a meaningful question, but be ready, because someone may remember it for the rest of their life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Deanna. Now, Deanna's not going to remember this, but I was at one of her happiest days, and that was at her wedding at Duke Chapel. And I want to tell you that I was the first selfie she took with after she got married.